What's up, everybody? Trad West Podcast back with some more reactions. We're gonna go react to The Godfather, Kevin Samuels again. So, let me share screen real quick and let's get into it.
I did. I only got my associate though.
Okay. How tall are you?
I'm 5 feet.
Dress size?
What?
Dress
Dress
size?
size? I'm a 6 or a 4. Depends on the dress.
How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
130.
Okay. Would you be surprised if I told you that when I asked you about why you wanted to be married, you mentioned nothing about a man?
That is a man. I said build with a family. That's having a man.
Check that shit. Check that shit. I want you guys to understand how y'all all talking about she's cute and all this other shit. I want you to understand how quickly she switched. Now, go back in the video and look at the expression on it.
No, I didn't even notice the comment. But
Don't worry about that. Here's what I need you to do. Turn off your comments and let's have the conversation.
I don't have the comments.
Okay, cool. Okay, but what I'm saying is, let's take a step back.
Mhm.
How long have you been watching my content?
I just started like earlier in January.
Would you say that I listen and hear things pretty well?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I heard, I said that I asked you about marriage and you didn't say one thing about a man, why would your reaction be?
Because when I said that I wanted to build with someone and not a separate home, I think that implies that I want the man.
Implication? Implication. I asked you what does successful look like, a life look like. You said love and a bunch of other feelings. And then you said, I don't know why people say you need education. In both of those things, I asked those questions looking for, and I had my radar set to ding when I heard man.
Okay.
And it didn't ding.
Got it.
So if that's what, okay. So how long is your longest relationship?
I think it was 5 years.
5 years? 5 years long?
Yeah,
How long ago did it end?
2 years ago.
And which one have you ended?
Me.
Why?
I didn't want to be in it.
Why?
Long story, but
No, make it quick. You weren't feeling it?
Like I wasn't happy. It wasn't it. He didn't.
5 years. It took her 5 years into a relationship to just not be feeling it. Like, this is why I tell people, like, again, I promote marriage, children, two-parent household, nuclear family. But you got to be careful when picking your partner, fellas, because that's how quickly they can just end things. 5 years, if you weren't feeling it after the first year or two, you should have ripped the Band-Aid off and left. 5 years, and it's just, oh, I just wasn't feeling it. Like, shit like that is like, women initiate 70 to 80% of divorces. And then men, you're probably paying out of pocket. So I get the whole, like, red pill push warning men not to get married. It's a big liability because you got women like this that are just willing to throw 5 years away just because, they weren't feeling it. And then wait till you hear, because I listened to a little bit of this earlier. Wait till you hear how she broke up with him.
Bring out my happiness, or we didn't just match. I don't know. It wasn't it. It wasn't what I was looking for at the moment.
5 years?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you end it?
I just told him that it's not working, just like that.
How'd you end it? You were just at the house? You were at dinner? What happened? How'd you end it?
We were in my car, and I just told him that I don't think it's
You were
best.
driving?
Yeah.
You were driving?
Yeah.
And he was in your passenger seat?
Yes.
Where were you guys going?
I was dropping him off at work.
So, did you tell him this in the parking lot?
No, while I was at a red light.
About how far from work?
Probably like, I don't know, that was 2 years ago. I honestly don't remember.
It was a 5-year relationship.
No, but I have selective memory. So probably like, it wasn't that far, probably like another 10, 15 minutes to his job.
10, 15 minutes in traffic?
Yes. Well, New York Street.
Mm-hmm. Where did he work?
He worked at the mall.
So, and you were leaving your apartment?
Yeah. I just thought we were better as friends while we both.
Okay, so I want you guys to understand something. What did I say? That in neither two scenarios did she mention a man, and she barked at me. I want you guys to remember that. And like I said Monday night, I asked the question, what does a successful life look like for a woman like yourself? And she started talking about the feelings thing. The relationship, I said, you need to start asking women how their relationships end. And I want you guys to understand, this one was in a 5-year relationship, and she ended in a cold, callous way. The man was on.
Sorry. Okay.
Yep, absolutely. And of course, she's gonna have cope and excuses, but yeah, you don't think that's cold? Dude, dropping the dude off to work and you break up with him? Like, just imagine that dude's rest of his shift at work. Like, terrible.
Okay.
You think it's appropriate for a 5-year relationship to be driving somebody to French toast ass work, and they got to have that on their mind while they're at work? See, I told you modern women are cowards. They don't deal with conflict, and when they're done with you, they get rid of you. That's what I said today. Know when to run, know when to walk, and when to run. That video is on this channel and on YouTube. I don't just talk. And then I said, well, tell me the details. Oh, that was 2 years ago. I guarantee you, he remembers what the hell you did to him. Bet you that. I bet you that. And I'm going to tell you something. Any man who's worth his salt that will look for a wife is going to ask you these questions too.
Okay, and I can be able to tell them the full story about it.
No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. Because soon as, well, you think you can. Why would they sit here and listen to this shit? 5-year relationship for a 28-year-old woman, and you just on the way to work, I told them, dude, 10 minutes outside of work, this just ain't gonna work. Peace out.
I didn't do it like that though.
Oh, okay.
You're making me sound like I did it.
Ma'am, I asked you how you did it. Ma'am, I asked you how you did it.
Yeah.
You said it was 2 years ago. I want you guys to understand that this is how serious this is how little they care. I have selective memory. This is the man she spent 5 years with. Y'all had sex, right?
Yeah.
Right. So he was all up inside your body.
Mm-hmm.
But when you were leaving him, you didn't even give him the dignity of say thank you for spending 5 years with me. You didn't sit him down. He's probably a sucker.
No,
because he was in your car. Let me tell you something. Okay. Any man that would let you drive him to work and he's going to the mall, where were you working at?
I was a flight attendant.
Mm-hmm. Red flag there. Sorry if there's any flight attendants watching, but men, that's a profession of women to usually avoid. Red flag. They're always traveling. Most likely they're going to have dating apps downloaded. Each stop, they got dudes fucking hitting them up. They're not there long, so there's a good chance they're doing a lot of one-night stands at these places. travel nurses, same type of deal. When the woman's profession is a lot of travel, there's a stigma for a reason. Stay away from flight attendants.
Any man that would be in this position is already a beta. And if he's still your friend, he is damn sure a beta. When he left work, he should have blocked your ass. Because that was cold. And I want you to understand, this woman is sitting here trying to make it seem like we don't hear what we hear, guys. And so when y'all in the comment section, she cute, I told you, you better watch these cute girls. Man, you said I'm making it sound like what? I asked you, how'd you do it?
There's history, though. It's not like it just happened overnight. It was accumulating. There was things that he did.
Of course it did, but man, is there, man, would you want somebody to end a relationship with your daughter that way? Regardless as to the history, a 5-year relationship, would you want somebody to be in the car knowing they got to go to work? There was no conversation to be had. He had to get the fuck out of the car. He had to move on. He had to be at work, man. He had to clock in. And see, that's what I mean. This conflict avoiding cowardice shit. I said when women are done with you, she knew, well, I'm not going to tell him the night before so we can talk about it. I'm going to wait till we're 10, 15 minutes away. Oh, well, about 10 minutes away. Oh, by the way, this ain't working no more. Thanks.
It didn't go down like that. We started talking in the car, and then it came up, and it happened.
It happened. It happened. That's why I have zero sympathy for these modern savages.
I wish I was a savage.
Uh-huh. Well, that doesn't really sound too. Okay, of course they don't think they. Okay, ma'am. Of course, and then here comes the. Well, you don't understand what I got you, ma'am. I don't have to. You did stuff. He did stuff.
I didn't really need to stuff.
Bullshit. You're human.
Where?
You know what? Maybe you're not. She's right. She might not be. Because I want you guys to understand.
With me? Like,
I'm not talking. I'm talking through you because you don't even know how fucked up this sounds to a man. Because you guys all seem to the way he's always seemed. It was him, not me. You were in a relationship 5 years. You did nothing wrong. It was all him, not me, so on and so forth. And that's cool. I want you ladies to understand that we as men, every time we meet one of you, it is always almost 100% of you, your exes are pieces that are just not good. I have never, ever in my life met a woman who said it was me. Men, in the comment section when this video is over, how many men met a woman who said out of her mouth, first off the rip, I was the reason this is a problem? If that's the truth, write 362 in the comment section. If you had a woman that said right out of her mouth, it was me, write 362. Man, I got no dog in this. I'm telling you what I hear. Is it hard to listen to?
no, it's not.
So if a man asks you how your relationship ends, because I'm gonna ask you a simple question. How do you think your ex experienced dating you? If you asked him who said you for dating you was blank.
It was how it was dating me. I mean, I have my flaws. I'm spoiled.
Well, but 5 minutes ago you said you didn't do anything. Now you said it was just me.
Like, I didn't do anything that was like, she's I don't know, cheating or she's
Right.
Yeah. Only child, though. Spoiled. Yeah. She was the super needy, drama, argumentative, relationship type. And he was getting tired of getting nagged, probably. Now, maybe he wasn't very motivated, judging by he's getting dropped off at work by her and at the mall. Probably just kind of an average to below average job, but still.
Right. So you never hurt him. So you never hurt him. You didn't hurt him at all. Oh, okay. Okay. No. So you, in 5 years, you never. He only hurt you.
I mean, he felt insecure. That's like his thing. You know, I don't think I gave him reason to feel
Self-awareness. Well, I think it's rather interesting that you say we all got our things, but in 5 years, you never hurt him, and he only hurt you. Would you say you have healthy self-esteem?
me.
Mhm.
No, it's flip flop. I can have low self esteem at times, and then I could just be.
In general, would you say your self-esteem is average, above average, below average?
I think I might be average.
Then in 5 years, somebody with average self-esteem would not stay with somebody who's hurting them.
I was easily. I don't want to say manipulated.
Here comes the victim shit again.
No, it's not.
You can't make this shit up.
No.
Man, you're going to be famous. You keep this up, you're going to be famous.
You want to tell the whole story because it's a whole story. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but
3 sides to a story. Yours, his, and the truth.
no,
And I don't, and I mean, yeah, you also got, ma'am, I just asked you. How we got here is I asked you why you want to be married, what successful relationship look like, and then I asked you how long was your relationship and how it ended. I didn't put us here. I'm just asking you. And this is what's going to happen on the dating market, especially if you want to date a man that's got any sense of value of. Do you want children? You said you want kids. How many kids you want? 4. Do you want your kids to be able to go to college if they want to?
yes.
Yeah, you want to be able to travel nationally, domestically, and internationally with your family? Do you want to, after you're married, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills when you're pregnant?
I love my job.
Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills when you're pregnant, married?
No, I want.
What percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime? Meaning it doesn't vary. You must pay this for a lifetime for 4 children, you and your husband. What percentage of overall family financial load?
Good question.
I know. Mm-hmm.
I'll say like 20 to 30%.
30% means if you start working for any reason, the family's in serious financial jeopardy almost immediately.
Really?
You cannot, ma'am, could you survive a 30% pay cut at your current standard of living? Then thank you. All right. So 20 to 30%, you're in serious jeopardy.
So what about 2 kids?
No. No. I asked you what percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for? That's the question that's on the table.
Okay.
What percentage?
I just don't.
No, 30. So if you stop working, the family's at risk.
But
if you stop working, the family's at risk.
Okay.
Ma'am, it's
so
math. It's math. I asked you. No, I'm asking you. If it goes higher, well, yeah. And this is about math. If it goes higher, there's more risk if you stop. See, right now, if you never get married, what percentage of your financial load are you going to have to be responsible for a lifetime? Right. So you got that. That's a simple concept. So if you're married with kids, 4 kids, what percentage of that do you want to have to be responsible for? More than 30? That means you're going to be more responsible. But you'll be responsible for less than 30. It means your husband will be more responsible.
I don't want to put all the burden on him, but I guess like 20%, 10%, 0%.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what it always comes down to. They always be like, I don't mind working. But then when you poke and pry, 0%, they want to be stay-at-home. Which, hey, I'm all for stay-at-home mom. We ain't doing the stay-at-home wife bullshit. If you're not having kids in the picture, then you can go work. But Stay-at-home mom, yeah, absolutely. Raising the kids is way more important than slaving away in corporate world and working for somebody else. Work for your family.
And what kind of income do you think you're going to need to live in Brooklyn or New York City?
I don't want to stay here. I want to get out of New York.
Where do you want to live?
I don't know, somewhere in the south on the farm. I guess.
Have you ever lived outside of New York City?
Yes, I have.
Where?
I lived in Farmington, Connecticut. I lived in Albany, Binghamton, and Fort Lauderdale.
Uh-huh. How much money is your husband? How much family income are you going to need to have on an annual basis to support 4 kids?
I never did
You
the
and your
math.
husband.
I don't have kids, and I'm not
See,
married.
that's the fucking problem now, ain't it?
Yep. There's a reason women hold a lot of the debt, even though they weren't always allowed to even own debt back in the day before, feminism. And now they hold a lot of debt. A lot of it's student loan. But when these questions get asked, you can tell, like, the wheels are turning, like, oh my gosh, I never even thought of that. Like, this chick wants 4 kids and to get married. She's almost 30 years old. And she didn't even think about this. Hasn't even crossed her mind. But I can guarantee you, no, she can't be with some average dude making $50,000 a year.
So if you're gonna have this flippant attitude, man, I'm gonna do me a favor, okay? I'm gonna give you
I
about a
came
couple.
on here so you could.
I'm gonna give you a
me.
few sec. I'm gonna give you a few seconds to kind of ramp it down because you don't want to go there. I'm having a conversation. I'm trying to show you something.
I'm trying to learn.
Okay, well then you said you never thought about it, so it's time to think about it because you said this is what you want. Okay, so I'm asking about how much money do you think you're going to need to, as a family, annually to support 4 kids, you, your husband, and the kind of lifestyle you want that you would envision for yourself.
Go between your butt cheeks, down between.
I'm sorry, that ad. I was gonna skip the ads in these, but that was fucking funny.
For me to bring in, like,
No. Just
family?
your husband. Yeah. Just overall, altogether, 4 kids, you and your husband.
with money. So it's like 200,000.
How much? You said you had an associates.
Yeah,
In Brooklyn, how much is your rent? How much is your rent right now?
23.
2,300. So that's roughly almost $30,000 a year. That's for one person in a sugar shack in Brooklyn.
Mhm.
So if you had 2 people, if you just multiply rent, that's 4,600. So that's 60,000 right there, just in 2 apartments. You're gonna put 4 kids in that. They're gonna need substantially more than $200,000.
You need more than that.
Yeah.
See, that's why I need a husband so he can know.
Yeah, but how much? Okay, yeah. But how much is your husband gonna have to make because you're only supporting about 10% of these? How much is he gonna need to make annually to have 4 kids that can go to college if you want to, that can travel nationally or internationally?
You have to be a millionaire.
Damn near.
Okay, see, damn.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess
Because see, this is a funny thing. They don't think about the numbers because women in places they don't want to admit, they don't expect to pay. They think because they have a vagina, that balance is $1 million.
well, can I?
Go ahead. I said women. I didn't say you.
I
said
know.
women.
Well, because what I envisioned was like my job will go into like things like, so he'll pay like the basic bill.
What your associates is in what?
It's in theater.
A bullshit degree. So your
Yeah.
job ain't gonna pay nothing. See,
I'm
remember
going to
one
pilot school.
Unmarriable, the actress, the creatives, the Unmarriables.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to pilot
because
school.
but no,
So
but
I
it
wanted-
doesn't matter. You don't want. It doesn't matter what you make. You don't want to contribute more than 10% to the family.
No, I mean like I want my.
So
My
at the
job
end of the day,
go into
at the
the
end of the
household.
day, man, 4 children,
Okay.
4 children, what job are you going to have? Who's going to be raising these 4 kids? You can't have a job and 4 kids and not a substantial job. So to have, you want your children, upper class children, are roughly 485,000, 500,000. You want $2 million worth of kids. If you live in Connecticut, hell, if you lived in Atlanta, it will run you about 350,000. So with another kid, you're talking about 400,000. You talking about New York City, about 850. What kind of professions would a man need to make? What kind of profession would a man need to have to earn $750,000 or more legally? These are all reasonable questions.
Like a doctor, lawyers,
What kind of doctor?
surgeons, heart surgeons, probably.
Cardiac surgeons? Okay, go ahead.
I know, like, I don't know. I know what I'm going to school for. So,
See, they want dudes making these outrageous amounts of money, but they don't even know what professions make this amount of money. They just think these rich dudes are everywhere and they're just going to scoop them up.
but
Ma'am, that's fine. But if you want to have this man sometime, don't you think you need to be able to identify it? Don't you think you might need to be, ma'am,
I'm sorry, you cut off.
don't you think you might need to be able to kind of identify who this man is and what he does to kind of that's important.
Yeah.
So a cardiac surgeon, what else?
I said a lawyer. Is a lawyer
What
no
kind of
good?
attorney? What kind of attorneys? What kind of attorneys?
Criminal? A criminal? I don't know. I never looked in like these are good questions.
But you're now just for memory's sake, you'll be 29 and when?
In 2 months.
So you're almost 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And from a standpoint of thinking about a spouse for the life you said you want, because you've always wanted to be a wife and family and all these things, because the things you said, as far as serious thought, you put in based on this conversation, nothing. So you just expect it to happen? You've done no planning. So it's like going to college and just taking a bunch of courses and then expecting to become an engineer or.
Well, that's modern day feminism, what it's done to these women. Don't worry about a family, don't worry about a man. All about career, or you have fun, sexual revolution, live it up, girl. We got birth control now. And then they're getting to 30 years old and they're wondering why they're still single. You didn't give it any thought. It wasn't important. Newsflash. Focus, if you want to get married and have kids, focus on finding your partner earlier, not later. Because also the men they want that make this kind of money, they don't realize the average dude, usually he doesn't have his stuff fully together until he's like mid-30s and then hitting his peak financially when he's in his 40s. 40s to 50. Most men. Most men don't got shit when they're in their 20s. There's some outliers, but most men are still building.
Anything, it doesn't match. Can a man go through life like this and get the outcomes you're talking about, meaning he wants a wife and 4 kids?
Put in the work. Break a record.
Because he has to pay for it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Can a man go through life like this?
No.
Okay.
I don't think anyone can. Obviously, it's not working.
Well, women can. Women obviously women can, because just like you and the previous woman, most women think it's just going to happen because you're good people. But
I never thought you had to plan to meet someone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so again, it's just supposed to happen. It's supposed to happen to meet a man who can afford for you to be a stay-at-home wife with a possible side business. It doesn't matter, man. At the end of the day, you only want to pay 10% of the bills. So it doesn't matter if you're a stay-at-home millionaire that don't want to pay any bills. He has to pay for the lifestyle. College. You want your kids to go to college. That means that man has to have
No, he
his
doesn't
life.
have to pay for the kids to college by himself. I was talking about like bills, like a house.
How are you going to pay for college if you can't even pay part of the? If you want to pay 10%, how are you going to pay for college?
And the kids stuff.
Excuse
I
me.
thought you were only talking about like home.
That is the man. The kids are part of the expenses. And see what I'm trying to explain is this is
Okay, I didn't get
simple.
that.
Oh, but you should though. This is simple family planning. You don't have children; they are an expense. You said you want the kids to go to college. Were you expecting your kids to take out substantial student loans, or did you
No,
expect
I
for
wouldn't
the
want
mother?
them to.
And then, how are you going to pay for their college if you're only paying 10 to 20% of anything? 20% of anything, 20% of the mortgage, light bill, phone bill, trips, 10% of anything. That's all you want to be responsible for. So that means at best you'd be paying for 10% of the school. That's books. So basically, you're talking about you want a man who is in what percentage of men earn $100,000 or more in this country?
Don't know.
Yes,
15.
10.
Absolutely.
You care if he's black or not?
No.
So the more money a man makes, the more racially loyal he tends to be. What percentage of black men earn $500,000 or more in this country?
3.
0.1%.
What? Wow.
And then what do these kind of men who make this kind of money, who are cardiac surgeons, personal injury attorneys, high-level financiers, high-level in companies and organizations? Oh, by the way, what's the oldest man you would consider dating? You're 28. What's your upper limit?
Probably like 7 years older than me.
7 years. 7 years.
Is that what?
Men hit their financial stride when 45 to 55. So for class, so everybody understands, this is yet another woman, and this is what you guys have been taught, that you should find a young, rich man that you're attractive to, that wants to have a housewife, even though you weren't raised to be a housewife, so you can stay at home and be a luxury house. Do you want to have a housekeeper? You don't expect to have a housekeeper? You want to be, kids are going to be homeschooled? The kids are going to be homeschooled or not? Homeschool? Do you want to you don't want a housekeeper? You want somebody to help you with prepare meals, chef, personal training? So again, this is why men under 30 aren't even, that's why all they're trying to do is Netflix and chill. Because every man in your age range is making, if you're making 70,000, you're in the top 15%. And you're 28, about to be 29 years old, talk about 35. And you told me at best 2 professions. And you don't even get out of medical school until 30. Do you expect to share your husband with other women?
No.
Okay. So you want him to be sexually loyal?
Yeah, is that impossible?
So you expect to have a young millionaire who is earning and doing roughly 20 times 10 to 20 times what the average man is doing. Well, actually, times 10, 700,000. He's doing roughly 15 times what the average man is doing, but he doesn't get 15 women. See, what I'm trying to let you guys understand, just on the math.
So wait, why does he?
All you ladies, because, man, I just asked you. I just asked you. I just asked you why does he? Where in history have men who are rulers, who are in the top 10% of men, ever just had one woman?
That is a white American thing, but never. they all have like 7 wives, but
Ma'am, you just made a complete ass of yourself.
it's possible to have one woman.
She said this is a white American thing.
It's possible to have one woman.
Ma'am, do you understand how ignorant that statement was?
It is like that's something that was brought to America to like be monogamous, or is it like a religious thing?
So being monogamous is a white American thing. Or having multiple women is a white American thing.
Oh, I don't know. Is it?
I'm asking you, when you said it, what were you referring to?
I don't know.
I want you guys to understand how rude these people are. Look at this. This is the modern woman on display. And she doesn't even realize she's just making herself look like a complete asshole.
What?
So you belong to the streets. Oh, yes, you do.
I don't.
You can say, ma'am, you're going to be all over the place because you just made yourself look like a fool. You're having a conversation with somebody. You pick up a phone, start texting, and this is what you are when the shit get. It doesn't, ma'am. It doesn't matter. You're still having a conversation. You didn't answer the question, and this is what I want you to understand. This is why so many women who share your reflection, in particular, are by yourselves because when hit with the facts and the truths, you guys just shut down. No, but you're not responding. I asked you the question. You said this is a white American thing. What's a white American thing?
Bringing a monogamous, like
Is that monogamous to be? Is it white American to be? Is that what you're referring to? Because when I said, where in the world have men who have power and resources have been royalty? When have they ever just been faithful? And you said that's a white American thing. You didn't clarify. So you're saying white men brought in monogamy.
religion, did they not?
I'm asking you.
Well, that's
I didn't say it.
because everywhere else they had multiple wives.
So, for those who are keeping score at home, what do the kind of men you want from a woman?
Me?
From a woman, period. Yeah, what do these elite level men want from a woman? Men who are in extremely high demand.
But probably loyalty. They want partner. This is why I'm here to learn because I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like
They want cooperation and agreeableness.
I want to say that sounds too much like a servant. I was gonna.
Well, man. Guess what?
That's that feminism shit right there. Agreeableness. Oh, that's a servant. You want a slave. No, we don't want to deal with drama and bullshit. We deal with enough while we're at work all day. We don't want to come home and have to deal with it too. That feminism.
You can't make this shit up. They want the outcomes, but they don't want to do the job.
I never said I wouldn't mind doing the job.
It sounds too much like a servant. Yeah,
I didn't want to disrespect.
But yet you want an elite level king ruler type man. So guys, understand they want women. They want it all. Then they want you to be a loyal, and then you still got to be sexually. She has to be sexually attracted to him, like him, and everything else. Ma'am, have you ever dated a man who was earning $200,000 or more?
No, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay. So if a woman wants to be the loyalty and just one woman wants whatever, the man also expects that, correct?
Say again.
So you said that the women want like loyalty, a king, this, that, and all of that. Everything that you said that a woman wants.
No, I said it's what you want, but a lot of women want that. Yeah.
No, I want the family.
No, ma'am. Do you think what you just described was just a family?
Yeah, but you was asking mad questions, like making it. Oh, can you afford this and that?
I was asking mad questions. No.
You have to be happy in love. Like I think a lot of
You know what?
people want that.
You can't make it up. She thinks this is just a family. 4 kids is just a family. To be able to pay for college, did your family pay for your college?
Yes.
And you have no siblings. Did you travel nationally and internationally with your family?
Yeah.
But you have no siblings.
Yes. Correct.
And so what's on display here is modern woman, only child syndrome, and cute privilege. And it's all coming together in a terrible mixture.
Mm-hmm.
See, this little sassy attitude that she's usually able to get away from, people let her slide with this shit in her life. Oh, yeah, ma'am. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. It's on, ma'am, it's there. If I'm wrong, let the comment section determine it. But here's the thing, gentlemen, they 35, 7 years old. I'm asking you a question for the men. Your degree, you got a theater degree, right? All right. Could you marry an average man? The average man in this country, black man, earns around 41,000. The average white man, roughly 50,000. So let's just say split the difference, $47,000 a year. Could you marry an average man? Average earning man. No, but an average earning man, he's not going to earn anymore. He's going to earn average. Could you marry him?
I would have to make a lot of adjustments. So
Why?
there's
Well,
like
you'd have to make a lot of it. Hold on. Stop. Do you make over $60,000 a year?
not yet.
No, you don't. So you don't earn the earn over $50,000 a year.
You want me
Do
to
you earn over $50,000? So you would have to make a lot of adjustments to your expectations. But let's be honest, at this point, you can't afford the lifestyle you want.
not with a family, no.
No. So could you marry an average man? And the answer was a tepid no. And then could you marry an average man and then have 4 kids with him?
No, but I can marry one and have two or one, probably one kid.
One kid? Oh, so okay. But even one kid is still almost $280,000 a year.
Damn, we don't have to do a lot of work.
Now, see, the thing is, men already expect to do work. That's why I said modern women, this has been a perfect demonstration of your women's expectations are astronomical. And you said you didn't want to say something about being agreeable or cooperative because you didn't want to offend women or something like that. Did I get that right?
Yeah, because women are so sensitive nowadays.
Yeah,
It's hard.
but you don't have any problem offending average men because you just
Did
basically
I
told
offend
average.
average
Oh
men?
yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Saying that, oh no, if you got this kind of money, you can get it, but that's okay. You can't make this shit up. You can't make it up, baby. She belongs to the streets, gentlemen.
There you have it. She belongs to the streets. There's another one from the Godfather, Kevin Samuels. And yeah, that's just a lot of, feminism talk, modern women talk. And it just shocks me that how clueless with money a lot of them are. Like, and they haven't given family planning or anything any thought. Because feminism taught them, you focus on you, girl. You don't need no man. And they're just now starting to get interested when they're getting close to 30 years old. Because they're wondering, why am I still single? Well, you don't even know realistically how much stuff costs. What professions even make that much money? So, we'll end her here. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe at Trad West Podcast on all channels. Till next time, Trad West Podcast out.